Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today was first in the door for this stream. This is Fairbrick Studio, and this is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, just finding us a couple of weeks ago. But this creator started with the idea of stop motion videos, which is really interesting because if you've been on YouTube, at least in Canada today, you have found that YouTube's promoting a lot of stop motion videos, and that's just a coincidence. But this creator is posting videos. They're well over 1,200 subscribers now, working on 13. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They've got some shorts on the channel pretty much front and center, so we'll see how these are doing. Some of these have gotten into thousands of views, one of them over 15,000, which is great to see. They're posting frequently, like I was saying, so I'll take yesterday's video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, or try to stay caught up with them as much as I can, and then live streams might be an idea for the future. So, thank you everybody for being here. I've got quite a few names on our Wheel of Doom for today. I'm going to add some more names shortly. I see Wayne's World Unlimited is coming in and dropping a super chat. They've done that many times before. I'm going to get their channel ready to go next. Actually, I'll put it up right now, and then we'll do our introductions. Wayne's World Unlimited comes to us from the UK with a lot of outdoor footage more than anything else, but it is a pure variety channel, and they've really got some magic happening with their shorts. I'll leave it to you to have a look at that for now, and I'll do some introductions. I see the Bud files are here. I'll get them onto the wheel. We've got Scratch and PPA, of course, in the pole position. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. And he's very much known as a shining jewel here in the Tuber Chat family because of how much support he gives to everyone. And I've got Bamanola Adventures on the wheel with Canadian Family Life. Kristen Welton, my love, of course, is here as a member and a moderator. And thank you everybody in advance for the congratulation messages, but we've actually been together for 8 years as of yesterday. Just Jason Keto and more is in the house. Chris and Larry Homestead was early. Butler Family Farm was actually on with Scott from Rambling with the Brooms a couple of hours ago. I was lucky to catch Scott and Jerry together for a while. And then Come Hither with Heather is in the house from Australia, so it's good to see you. Rudin in Essential Oils is going to be added onto the wheel. It's going to take me a few minutes to get through our introductions. Members here always get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Wayne's World Unlimited is on the screen right now because they dropped a super chat. We do keep everything open to everyone, so you do not have to super chat, you do not have to be a member, but in the case of those things, we put super chatters up right away. Members get added to the wheel. We'll start spinning soon, and then after a long period of time, I will add some more names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation during the chat. Chris's Creation Fun is coming up on the wheel as well, and I have a feeling I know which channel that is, and forgive me if you already told me that you changed your channel name and I've forgotten. I'm 99% sure that that's Chris's Clever Craft. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Lone Wolf Gaming Jory is also in the house and ready to come up on the wheel. When the chat's moving so fast, I have a hard time copying and pasting as fast as I would like. Doof Doof Paranormal coming in with their usual over-the-top generosity. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Doof Doof Paranormal, thank you for that super chat. I will definitely get some more coffee. They did that the other day. Lone Wolf Gaming Jory is on the wheel. And Ria's Blissful Connections will be added to the wheel as well. I know we got lots of channels in the house. Cool Gamers here. I think they run the stream in the background just about every single day. I'm not sure if Derpy Playground is still here. If they are, I'll put them on the wheel as well. And, forgive me. Oh, so it is Canadian Family Life Hubby. Of course, sorry. Canadian Family Life just said that And she just messaged me about that. I don't know why on earth I'm not thinking straight. And that's Chris's, Chris's Creation Fun. So that's Canadian Family Life's husband, and he was known as Canadian Family Life Hubby for a moment. They had very similar looking names in the chat, of course. But he's actually expanding his content, so going from 3D printing and basically opening up the channel to just about anything at all that will come up as a good idea. So forgive me for that. I'm having one of those brain things going on. She just messaged me. We just talked about this today. And forgive that. Luckily, we're all friends here, of course. Just Jason Keto and more. I hope I said I put you on the wheel. Yes, a fellow Canadian. And Nez Lover is in the house. Thank you for the share, by the way. Two Real Geeks is here. Euphonic Balance is back. Remy's Journal, along with Great Lakes Adventures. Janine's World. KP Heathen is here. Mitchie Boo, who is also Mitchell and Doll. They've got two channels. Panama City and Postcard and a Pint are both in the house. Starika is here as well. So thank you all for being in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody in the chat. And then we'll look at Doof Doof Paranormal next, because they dropped a super chat. Right before that, Wayne's World Unlimited did the same thing. So we've got them up right now. And Wayne's World Unlimited brings a lot of variety. It's a pure variety channel. They happen to be outdoors more than indoors, actually. But we see that in their videos. The latest one was a product review, actually. But this creator brings an interesting twist on their channel by giving us outtakes, usually in reference to their video series. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that when you get there, and the other variety that Wayne's World Unlimited is going to give us. But you're also going to see some really impressive numbers in their shorts, where lots of these have gotten into 5,000 views and beyond, but they've got one over 7,600 and one breakout short over 240,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully we'll see more of that from Wayne's World Unlimited. They've got 523 subscribers right now, so they have to be excited about the new restrictions for the partner program from YouTube, where they can join monetization with 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. And I see It's the Bankroll coming in. I'm just getting them onto the wheel right now. They happen to be a member, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. As well, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other today for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Mitchell and Doll, there she is. That's Mitchie Boo with two channels. The View with Drew is a brand new channel here in the chat. Hopefully everybody will... hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Two Real Geeks is changing up the content a little bit. They'll be back to a regularly scheduled program shortly. They've been longtime friends. I think they've been with us about 3 years. They make occasional appearances, but it's interesting to see how long these friendships have lasted, and hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that there are people out there who will be supporting you for 2 years, 3 years, and even longer if you could just meet them. So that's what we're doing here. Sweet Caramel Smile, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then the next channel that we're looking at right now is Doof Doof Paranormal, because they just dropped another super chat. They wanted me to get some coffee, which I will, and they have done that before. They've actually done that kind of thing many times. Now, we always put super chatters on the screen right away. Mitchie Boo will come up next, and then we get to members on the wheel. We'll start spinning shortly, and after a long period of time, I will add some names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation in the chat. I see Follow the Bradley's Fun in the house. VS Speaks Royally is here as well. And when we look at Doof Doof Paranormal, we see somebody who wants to bring us investigations or interviews of paranormal investigators, explorations of abandoned locations, usually seeming to be haunted before even getting there. The idea of course, is that they want to uncover the truth of some of these places, and then there's interviews of other paranormal investigators. They've got a couple of premieres coming up, actually, one in a couple of days and one today. Yes, right after Superchat, as a matter of fact. So let me just hang on to that for a second. We'll see if we didn't have a raid 100% set up before we started today. So if possible, we'll raid into that if I haven't already promised. We usually set those up in advance, but Doof Doof Paranormal will have brand new content right after Tuber Chat today, which is really cool. And then shorts videos on the channel. This is one thing I like talking about because they put extra production value into their shorts. And for some of us, myself included, it feels easy to just go out and film whatever, bird is walking across the street that day and hope that that video is going to get thousands of views. But I think we have a better chance when we put a little bit of production value behind our shorts, the way we would with long form videos. And this is what Doof Doof Paranormal has been doing ever since long before coming into the Tuber Chat family, as a matter of fact, a few months ago. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They got 480 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards that 500 we were talking about. And then we noticed that they've got live streams. These usually come out at least once a week, if not a couple of times. Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, is here with us just about every single day as well. So hopefully everybody, like I said, will connect with them. I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you. Thank you again, Wayne's World Unlimited and Doof Doof Paranormal, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And Mitchy Boo is coming up right now. So this creator is a longtime friend, but they've actually got a couple of channels. While we get them ready, in the meantime, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate that greatly. And even I have to be reminded to give a thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Mitchy Boo, like I said, this is two channels from the same creator. And then let's have a look. So on this particular channel, Mitchy Boo, she talks about the idea of watch me cook, shop, and live my life. But it's really pure variety. She really expands the content on this channel, and we see more variety from our other channel as well. So let's just catch up with her videos for a second, see what she's been doing. I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list, and that's going to be a great one for a lot of people here in the chat. Immune health. We have a lot of creators helping with healthy eating and healthy living. And then as well, we see that she's got shorts videos, and some of these have started to move into thousands of views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that these are an idea that might come back in the future. So I'm going to grab her second channel. And we've got to make sure we spell this right. It's a little bit different than what we might expect from Michelin, like the tire company. Michelin is spelled a little bit differently. We'll talk about her content in a second. I'll be Drone. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Fishhead Videos is back in the house. Good to see you here. And then I think I missed one more channel. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. 2B Irish Live is in the house. He's got 2 channels now as well. And Miss Canadian Scrapper, a very generous creator. Good to see you in the house. She's a dear friend to a lot of us in the Tuber Chat family. I hope I said hello to the Stock Explorer when they came in. They're a member and a moderator, so I got them on the wheel right away, of course. And then Wayne's World Unlimited. Yes, subscribe to over 300 channels right now. My goodness. And yeah, To Be Irish Live. I've been mixing things up, and I had to take a few days off. We we're having trouble with our internet at my workplace, so I had to skip the whole week and come back today. But hopefully we'll get back to mixing these things up a little bit more as well, so we can give everybody a chance to get in different time zones. Hotaflex Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We're looking at the second channel here from Mitchy Boo, and this is Mitchell and Doll. Now this is more variety, so she just says everyday life. You can read the about pages to see more of what to expect on these channels. I see she's got another bunch of videos here, so I'm going to grab the latest one and put it in my catch-up list. She's got some shorts here as well, and these have moved also into thousands of views. One breakout short over 22,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel. Here she's doing them occasionally, so this is interesting because she just actually did one yesterday, and hopefully we'll see some more because she does these occasionally. She's here with us in Superchat and has been a friend for a long time as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mitchell and Doll and Mitchy Boo. Thank you again for the Super Chat. I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. Sweet Caramel Smile just grabbed a membership as well, so thank you for that. I've got them on the wheel. Of course, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Professional Paranormal Research, thank you for being here. Forgive me, I didn't get you on the wheel yet. I'm going to do that right now. And I see we've got one more piece of action happening in the chat, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Hotaflex Living is dropping a super chat, so thank you for that. We'll get your channel up right now, actually. And if I spell it right, it'll come up. Hotaflex Living's actually been a longtime friend. I can't type today. You can tell I've been off a keyboard for a couple of days. Pardon me just for a second. We'll talk about this channel. When we look at Hotaflex Living, we see that they have got over 1,600 subscribers. And we'll talk about their content in a second. I see Nancy B. the Scratcher is in the house. Brandy's Unboxings and More is here. Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole. Yeah, I know it's very late for our friends in the UK right now. It's almost midnight over there. But we mix these up. Tomorrow will be much earlier. We expect to be on at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So a big mix of streams this weekend. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. So Hotaflex Living is up here, like I said, a longtime friend. Now for sure I'm going to be behind in their videos, so let's have a look at those first. I'm going to grab the latest one they put out yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them the smallest bit. We'll look at shorts videos on the channel as well, and we see that these have gotten into 1,700 and 1,800 views, one over 2,800, which is great to see. And it seems like the majority of creators here in the Superchat family are into shorts now, and pretty much deep into them as well, posting many. So that's great to see. This creator's got live streams as well. They do these occasionally. Hopefully they'll do another one soon. We've always got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as we can from each other. Professional Paranormal Research, thank you for the super chat. By the way, they've done that kind of thing many times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we'll get your channel up on the screen next. I will absolutely get a snack with that coffee, so you and Doof Doof Paranormal together have got me nice and well fed, so thank you for that. To Be Irish Live is still in the house. Carrie Leonard is here, another fellow Canadian. And then I felt like I'm missing a channel. We saw somebody today, Kristen and I were out actually at a real estate seminar this morning, but we saw somebody there and they were wearing jean shorts, denim shorts. It was weird to see because they went right down to the knees, the exact same size as Bermuda shorts. And I've been lucky enough to have actually been to Bermuda, so I saw what those were. I never bought a pair. But I did see those, but they're definitely interesting. If anybody hasn't already seen what Bermuda shorts are, they're interesting. Lenny the Lawyer Live, forgive me, I missed you in the chat. I saw somebody say hello. Lenny the Lawyer Live is a dear, dear friend. And let's move on with our content. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Hodaflex Living, thank you again for your super chat. I really do appreciate that. Mitchy Boo, thank you again. Professional Paranormal Research is coming up for the same reason. We always put super chatters on the screen right away, even though it is absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And then we'll get to spinning the wheel again in a moment, and I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list, as well as a couple of new sections I will add to the wheel during our first break in a few more minutes. Cooking with Ned is here. I've got them on the wheel. Mr. Fulton Mraz is a longtime friend since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. As a matter of fact, I've been connected to him for probably 4 years. He's always got interesting news for us in the chat. And Lenny the Lawyer Live. Oh, and Lenny the Lawyer Live's got a Elgato XL. Is that the Stream Deck? I have Lenny's been joking with me for months. I probably got it for Christmas. I forget when I got it. Kristen, I think, got me the Stream Deck Mini, and I have used it. But I wanted to have a look at it and actually get it working before doing any kind of tutorial video. But I've been promising a video for that for like ever. Lenny Lawyer Live might get to it before me. GMB profile, am I missing what you mean by that? I'll leave that question for everybody in the chat in case you can pick up on what Lenny the Lawyer Live is looking for with a GMB profile faster than me. I'm in Canada and I can't think off the top of my mind what that might be. Hilda DC is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. She's got a special video for us tomorrow after Tuber Chat. We're going to raid into that. She will give us a chance to continue what we do. Derek's Journey's in the house. Good to see you here. Chef Shapino is here as well. Wow, that membership's gone well over a year. And Chef Shapino happens to be a silver member, which means that we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, just like that. So thank you for that. And then thank you, Janine's World. Hopefully we'll see you again very soon. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. So Professional Paranormal Research just dropped a super chat on us as well. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Lenny the Lawyer Live will be coming up next for doing the same thing. And then hopefully we'll see some more content from Lenny the Lawyer Live as well. He's got a few channels he's working on. Derek's Journey's just dropping a super chat, so thank you for that. We'll get to that channel right after Lenny the Lawyer Live. And I just want to make sure I don't lose track of what we're doing here. Now, Professional Paranormal Research is interesting because we just saw from Doof Doof Paranormal. And we had this influx just under 3 years ago of paranormal channels start coming through the Tuber Chat family. So many, as a matter of fact, that I've been out on a couple of paranormal investigations myself as well with Huntophobia and Reckless Adventure. So hopefully I'll do that again at some point. They put a lot of work into their productions, more like a television show than what we expect from YouTube. But Professional Paranormal Research is here with almost 2,000 subscribers now. They're posting frequently as well, so you can see I'm already behind. They've posted 6 videos in the last week and a half. I'm just going to take the one they posted today, put that in my catch-up list to hopefully catch up a little bit there, and then we'll look at their shorts as well. They've just started posting these, but the very first one they did got 2,400 views, which was great to see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. They usually do these a couple times per week, and then hopefully we'll catch them soon. And like I said, we always have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Eric B, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And Derek's Journey, thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. I don't know if they're trying to snipe that stream boss position. And the Astute Tourist, good to see you in the house. I've been lucky enough to catch them a few times. The truth of the matter is I've not been sleeping the best. I usually think I get enough rest. But for some reason, for like the last week or two, I've been waking up at 6 in the morning. I have an alarm set for 8. Most often I get up before the alarm goes off. But I was up at 6, so I was able to catch the Astute Tourist. Now, I'm in the Eastern time zone. If I start my day, if I get right on the computer, I'm able to catch the astute tourist. But he's always got an interesting conversation going on in the chat, and they've been connected to us here. I've lost track of how long that friendship goes, but it's got to be a couple of years as a minimum already. So let me have a look just for a second at what Lenny the Lawyer Live was talking about here. An Elgato promoter. I got to have a look at what they're doing. I've really fallen behind with some of the equipment. And then, so 2B Irish Live is talking about the Stream Decks. You can use a second keyboard. That actually makes sense. There's other companies that come out with other devices. And for anybody who hasn't already seen a Stream Deck, I don't have mine in front of me right now. What it is another device that you can plug in, usually with USB if they don't have Bluetooth coming soon, if they haven't already done it. And it's just got customizable buttons on it. So instead of a keyboard where you've got the, A, B, C, D, and E and the numbers and everything else printed on it, you can customize those keys with some software. And what it'll allow you to do is maybe change scenes, like we are here in Streamlabs. You can use it on lots of different programs as shortcuts, macros on your computer and things like that. They're really diverse tools, and there's lots of ways to get around that. There's lots of competition, but Elgato killed it. They're very well known in the streaming world, and they have taken the #1 position, as far as I can see, with their Stream Deck products. But we'll keep an eye on what they've got coming out. And then, and then Lenny Laura Live hasn't made videos in a while, but hopefully will shortly. And then I think that 2B Irish Live, I'm not sure if they're asking me or the chat. And then we'll see. I got to have a look at something in the background here. Michael's Adventures is in the house as a beloved and dedicated moderator. And I'll get him on the wheel, of course. And Melinda Elliott, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Emotion is in the house as a member and moderator. I've got them on the wheel as well. And Moon Boots, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Judgment Day Mike Harper, good to have you here as well. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. If anybody's mentioned anything that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open. Hopefully catch it the next time around. Mark the Shark's in the house. Together We Travel is here. So thank you both for coming in. And what we're going to do, first of all, Judgment Day Mike Harper's dropping a super chat, so I'm going to get that channel queued up and ready to go. And Chris and Larry Homestead looks like they're gifting a membership as well, so we're going to put that channel up on the screen right after Judgment Day Mike Harper, because we're treating those gifted memberships like super chats these days. So thank you for that. That's an extremely generous thing to have done. And that went to Michael's Adventures, so he'll be excited to have that, of course. He's been a beloved and dedicated moderator here in Superchat since pretty much the beginning. It's over 3 years now. And if you can imagine, that's getting on 600 episodes. So let's take our first break. Yeah, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures should be on the wheel. Don't tell me I didn't put you on there again. I saw you at the beginning of the stream, and I thought for sure I put you on. Thank you for asking. I don't know how I did that again. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. I think maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I overlooked that. I think I have a video shared for you for tomorrow. I'll show everybody something for a quick second. You can schedule your community posts far in advance. A lot of the biggest YouTubers will tell you not to use your community tab the same way that I'm using it here. I do it to share out a lot of videos in abundance. It's really meant to keep your community apprised to different things that you notice or things that will be relevant to them. But everybody's got to make their own decisions on how they're going to use their community tab. And I share out every 2 hours or so, usually 6 or 8 times a day. And I mix those up between members, super chatters, and other supporters, moderators, and everything else. Everybody gets a chance. But you can see that you can schedule these far in advance. And I'm on the schedule tab here, because you can decide if you want to look at the ones you've posted or the ones you're going to post. You can set a time limit on them and put them in an archive as well. But I think I've got Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Yes, the latest video they put out is going out tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I do this so that even if I can't be around the computer, we still get our community posts to go out, which is great. It's wonderful to have it as an automated system. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is here as a member and a moderator. I've got them on the wheel. And thank you for that highlighted milestone message. His membership's gone on almost 3 years, if you can believe that. He has been a moderator all of this time as well. But thank you again, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, for asking. I don't know why I didn't have you on the wheel. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. If any of our members wonder about that, I'll ask you please to read the list if you can. I know I flip it around all the time, but our moderators or myself will be able to look and see if you're on there, because we'd rather make the mistake of doing it twice than not doing it. We're going to take our first break in another second here. Lenny the Lawyer Live's dropping another super chat and asking another question or mentioning another idea. There are a lot of new products coming out in December from Elgato, YOLO, the YOLO Ultra Box. That'll be interesting. I forget if Two Pineapples said they bought the YOLO box or not. I think he said he has it and he loves it. And I've thought about that as well. Blackmagic 6K. I like all the Blackmagic stuff. I don't have any yet. That's the same company that makes DaVinci Resolve, the video editing program. They sell cameras and accessories and recording equipment and broadcast tools and things like that. And then Amuga, please. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I've pronounced that right, and forgive me if I'm wrong. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel name correctly, so if I make mistakes with that, I hope you'll let me know how I can pronounce them properly as well. That goes for everyone, of course. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Let's take our first break. We still got quite a bit of activity to go through here. We're going to see Lenny the Lawyer Live, Derek's Journey, Judgment Day, Mike Harper, and Chris and Larry Homestead in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Lenny the Lawyer Live. He's been a dear friend for a long time, somebody who I know cares very much about the YouTube community. I'm very lucky as the host of Superchat. Of course, I get a lot of people that will reach out on the other social networks, usually Instagram. I'm on there all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So I'm able to get a lot of feedback, knowledge from other creators, ideas, and a general idea of the community and the thoughts that are being passed around. Lenny the Lawyer Live certainly wants to help others in the idea of sharing information so that we can all do better with our YouTube channels. He cares very much about his Superchat family. And hopefully everybody will connect with him. He brings us legal information on a couple of different channels, actually. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. I don't mean to miss anyone. I've got Henry Nelson on the wheel, of course. And then I added a couple of sections to the wheel as well. So you'll notice messages coming through the chat that say a new section called Clear the Wheel will be added, which I've done, and that means that when that section comes up, whenever it's going to be, and I'm going to add one in every break until it comes up, I will I will add a section like that every time we have a break until it comes up, and then that's it. But what will happen is I'll wipe all the names off of the wheel, and then I'll reload with any of the members that are still in the chat, and then I'll add some more names to the wheel from our chat list later on in the stream. As well, I've added another section called Add a Name, and the point of that is so that when it comes up, I will add a name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation, and that gives somebody the chance to be on and skip the line a little bit, not have to wait that hour and a half to 2 hours that it often takes. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. All that fluff and stuff is on the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Living Large with L Crew, never late. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then hopefully, I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Backlash Fisherman is a first responder. We're going to get his channel onto the wheel as well because he happens to be a member. Now, there's a big difference between legal information and legal advice. And when you are in the presence of an attorney, they can let you know clearly whether you're receiving legal advice or information. But in the case of channels like Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole, who's in the UK, and Lenny the Lawyer Live, who's with us today, these creators are bringing us legal information on their channels and building up quite a catalog of legal information for us. What I believe is that almost every person is going to need to deal with some kind of legal information at some point in your life, very much like we might think about finance. Legal information is never too far behind. The Numismaniacs on the wheel, I just added you in. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to see you here as well. Thanks for coming in. And Lenny the Lawyer Live's actually been a dear friend for a long time. Now, he dropped a couple of super chats, for which I'm grateful. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And he often engages conversation and entices conversation in the chat, as a matter of fact, with detailed ideas that we can all probably discuss and then gain some help from each other with, if that makes sense. So Lenny the Lawyer Live now has 303 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 400 that he's thinking about. Again, I miss a lot in the chat, especially when I'm adding names to the wheel and things like that. If I've missed anything anybody meant for me to see, please just mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. There's Lenny the Lawyer Live coming in again with another super chat. Best ways to promote a new YouTube channel. You're considering launching another channel. Lenny Lawyer Live's making me laugh because he's already got like 3 channels, I think. Let's look at Boyer Coffee Enterprises. And we see another channel from Lenny the Lawyer Live. He's got 3 that I know of. He's thinking about another one. One of them is My Smart Jewish Lawyer. And these are all bringing legal information for us of different types. So let's go back to Lenny the Lawyer Live right now. So we'll see if he's going to do another one. So the best way to promote a new channel, I would say if you already have one, is to promote through the other channels, right? And you can say things in your video. You don't have to make a big production about it, but you can say... if you haven't already seen our other channels, make sure you search them out or click on our About page or something like that. And you can reference different videos. So, for instance, Lenny the Lawyer Live has had great success talking about easy passes. And even though I'm in Canada, I know what that is. I had one once when I was spending a lot of time in the northeastern United States. If you're on the I-90, you probably have an easy pass, right? A transponder for the tolls. And he'll talk about some of the legal aspects when you have to deal with non-payment of fines and things like that. But he could then, when he does another video of any type at all, talking about dealing with non-payment of anything, he can go back and reference. And if you haven't seen the videos I made about non-payments and how to deal with that when it comes to your New York Easy Pass, then here's how we do that, right? Or you can check out my other videos on my other channel, and that would be the way to cross-promote. Otherwise, promoting a new channel often comes down to utilizing the outside social networks as much as possible and making sure that that new channel is filled out completely with tags, because you can have channel tags the same way we have video tags, right? And then playlists can have descriptions in which you can add a few hashtags and things like that as well. Every video that you post, you want to make sure that you've got filled out the description, the tags, add a couple of hashtags, never more than 14, less is better. 3 is recommended, and then you consider your titles with a little bit of research. The best thumbnails you can get up helps out a lot as well. And then just Jason Keto and more. Anybody who knows me for any amount of time knows that I'm always behind on my personal channel. My friend Michael's Adventures tries to remind me that should be my focus. He's reminded me a few times, but I always put Tuberchat number 1, my personal channel's number 2, and I work for other people on their channels often, and those get precedence. But I wouldn't wish having more than one channel on anybody. Thank you, Lenny the Lawyer Live, for that. I don't know how helpful my answers are, because Lenny the Lawyer Live's heard all of that before, but I do appreciate the idea of the conversation in the chat, so thank you for that. M&T Living and Cooking is just dropping a super chat. I'm going to get them in the queue. We're going to look at Derek's Journey right now for the same thing. Lenny the Lawyer Live dropped a couple of super chats already, so thank you for that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And then the Numismaniac has got some interesting stuff coming up from both of their channels. As a matter of fact, they've upgraded their studio equipment. We'll be looking forward to those. I'll talk about it when the Numismaniac's channel comes up as well. When we look at Derek's Journey, we see another creator who dropped a super chat, and thank you for that. He's done that countless times, as a matter of fact. And you know what? I'm I was at my workplace. I came home for the weekend, and I found that I may not have brought any of my Tuberchat shirts with me. I've got an unreasonable amount of them, so I might have to crack a couple of new ones open. But I didn't change before Tuberchat today. Tips World Talks, good to see you in the house. Let's get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. Kokomo Joe 13 is also here. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And after a long period of time, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Derek's Journey's up here right now. I'm going to talk about one quick second before we get to his channel. And yeah, actually, Michael's Adventures, I just stocked up on honey as well. I use honey to help my voice. Kristen just made me a hot chocolate because, pardon me, I didn't want to do coffee with caffeine at this hour. I have too much caffeine every day as it is. But I usually have a black coffee just with honey in it. And that as well will be added to a teaspoon of honey for the voice. If you're streaming for any length of time, you'll find that often we yell at our phones, yell at our cameras. I do it as much as anybody. I try not to, but the voice can go pretty quick. So I did want to show everybody something very quickly. Forgive me, Derek's Journey, but this is not necessarily important to every single person, but it is news in the YouTuber streaming community, let's just say. So relevant for sure. Some of you know that the wheel here runs with a robot in the background called Bottissimo. Now, it doesn't plug in or anything. It's just that I have this list that I can refresh, and it shows me how active everybody has been in the chat. The usual suspects are always at the top: Just Jason, Keto, and more. Scratch and Pete PA's up there. Follow the Bradley's Fun, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, Canadian Family Life, for instance. And it gives me an idea of how long everybody's been here, how many messages they've sent through the chat, and it kind of helps me understand how engaged everybody's been. Bottissimo is going away. It's one of my favorite robots. I don't know how to really pick a favorite because they've all got different things that I like. But you'll notice that Bottissimo welcomes brand new people into the chat, and it drops a link every time somebody gives a super chat or a membership. I don't know what I'm going to do about those particular features, but the statistics that I use are also available in Streamlabs chatbot. So anybody can go and look at that, and I have a feeling that one of the other bigger bots, whether it's going to be Nightbot, Streamlabs, or Stream Elements, will probably buy out the technology from Bottissimo. I certainly hope that they do, because Bottissimo, I like it so much that I pay for it on every channel that I own. So I was grandfathered in with one of the subscriptions, which is $5 a month US, but I think I have two of them at $10. I love it that much that I have to have it. So we're going to have to live without that after November. But thank you to Canadian Family Life as well. I did get the email from them, but she mentioned the idea that it was going away, and it's going away both free, sponsored, and paid. So that's it. They've thrown in the towel on that. I don't know what that company will do after this, but at some point we'll talk more about robots. Starika was just gifted a membership from Rambling with the Brooms, so thank you for that, Scott. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that before. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I think I finally caught them for a live stream the other day. Forgive me, I can't remember if it was a live stream or a premiere, but finally I caught them while they were on. And then we're going to talk about Derek's Journey's content in a quick second. Now, he dropped a super chat as well. Rambling with the Brooms, I'm going to put you on the list to come up. Judgment Day, Mike Harper's coming up. Chris and Larry Homestead gifted a membership. M&T Living and Cooking dropped a super chat. And then we'll look at Rambling with the Brooms. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. But thank you for this overwhelming, generous support today. And then Autobots, yes, follow the Bradley's Fun. We're also looking at bot tricks now. I think I learned about that one from Ben Cyan Games. And I've got it hooked up on my personal channel, but I haven't done anything with it yet. But I'll keep an eye on these robots and let everybody know what we think about them and how we use them. You'll notice I use them here in the chat when I type in this command, which you have to add in manually if you're going to do something like this. But that was inspired by Coastal Water, another much-loved creator here in the Tuber Chat family, the wife of Backlash Fisherman, actually. When you put a command in manually like that, you can see if all the robots are working, and you see all 4 of them are there right now. So, Derek's Journey's up on the screen. This is a creator that brings us fitness first. He has an incredible ability of getting a lot of people to collaborate. If you've ever tried in real life to get any 2 people to agree on anything, you know what a challenge it must be to get some of these fitness challenges going between a lot of people. But Derek's Journey is doing a great job with this. He has been for a long time. He's got things like the Steps Challenge. Even though you're working with other people on these collaborations, you're still only competing against yourself, which is a really cool thing. And then, yeah, Butler Family Farm should still be on the wheel. I've got you there. Derek's Journey is working on 1,900 subscribers right now. Now, the interesting thing as well about this family is they give us a great look behind the channel at the family themselves and different adventures that they take us on. So they could be doing product reviews. They might literally be going on a vacation or a trip or an outing or other type of adventure. They bring us with them, and then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have gotten into 2,000 views and more, one of them over 5,000, which is great to see. Yeah, Streamlabs is a robot, so is Stream Elements, as well as Nightbot and Botissimo. You can almost tell by the things they say because they don't really have conversation. They just say things like follow us on Twitter and don't forget to check out our music channel and stuff like that. Live streams from Derek's Journey are occasional, but they seem to be bringing these almost weekly or at least bi-monthly, which is great to see. Now, we've got 2 more channels to look at because you never know what Jeannie and Jaden is made by another couple of the in real life members of the Derek's Journey family, where they promise to bring us some more variety as well as the fitness challenges that we know and love from Derek's Journey. They got some shorts here that have gotten into 1,600 views, and we'll see if they're going to keep up with some more videos shortly. We've got notification bells on for every channel, of course, and then we can look at Balance Breakers, Family Gaming and Unboxing. This is another channel made by the Derek's Journey family where they'll bring us a little bit more variety as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, thank you for another another super chat. He's making me laugh. We could be replaced by an AI host, an AI robot by the 1,000th episode. We could, for sure. Anything's possible. I'm gonna have to watch it then. You're giving me ideas. Maybe I should look into getting an AI host to come and join the Tuber Chat fun. Lenny the Lawyer Live. How can you use AI? So I haven't heard a lot of activity where people are saying that it's prohibited. The only thing I heard once, and I forget if it was actually from Lenny the Lawyer Live, it said that possibly Google has a way of knowing that you're using something that was generated by ChatGPT and therefore you shouldn't use it. And I always recommend to everybody here, if you're going to use ChatGPT or another AI engine for writing things like scripts and descriptions, you should add some personality into it as well. So don't just copy and paste. But I have been guilty of copy and pasting myself, and it's been fine. No guideline strikes or anything like that. I can't imagine that that could be true anyway at all, because it's literally just text. So again, the recommendation, just because it's really common sense, is you don't want to just use AI for what it is. You want to add your personality into it. But I have used it myself, and I've done both things as well. Yes, Amuga, please. I understand the connection with the robots, absolutely. Annabelle TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Marketplace Boutique, I'm not sure if I got you on the wheel. I'm going to do that right now. AI is interesting, absolutely. I'm actually going to be looking at some music generators and see if we can get some more music from the for the copyright-free music channel. If anybody hasn't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that, which is linked here in the chat by the robots and also available on our homepage. And then, yes, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. YouTube's putting out their own app. I hope everybody is, as often as possible, or as often as you can stand, going into the YouTube studio on a computer where the YouTube creator team gives us information about what's coming up for features. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are always on top of that, but I try to stay on top of it as well. And then... yeah, no doubt. Lenny the Lawyer Live. And besides, here's the thing, right? So no matter how many times anybody, and not just here on YouTube, would be told do not copy and paste, even myself included. I say, please don't copy and paste, and I do it anyway, right? If I'm really in a rush, copy, paste, bang, you're done, right? But the best idea, of course, is to add personality. Just the littlest bit of editing is enough. Because it's not going to be long before people who use ChatGPT all the time are going to start to recognize that you're using it too. The more corners we try to cut, the more we're only hurting ourselves, because we're not giving our videos and productions and other things we're doing a chance to grow organically, right? And things like ChatGPT are fun for what they are right this second. Forgive me, I know my speeches are long today. Today's going to be a disaster. So remember when the iPhone first came out, right? And the first two apps that were the biggest apps ever, not biggest apps, but I mean at the time, in the first couple of months of iPhone's release, the first app was a lighter. So you could like make your phone look like it was a lighter, and everybody was like, oh, that's cool. Or you could make it look like you were drinking a beer, right? And you could go like this, and it looks like the beer's scuggling, you know. And it was just jokes and nonsense, right? Not really. I mean, great for them coming up with these fun ideas. But today, look at what apps can do. I don't know how many people here in the chat use Waze or something like it. W-A-Z-E. It's an app I use all the time. It works here in Canada and the United States to help us with traffic, real-time GPS that's crowdsourced. But we're so far ahead of what was done back in the day. The reason why I say this, though, is you can see the future by looking back at the past a little bit. Somebody like myself, I did websites when I was 15, 16, 17 years old. So I had already seen what the internet was going to be before the iPhone and the iPad came out. So, of course, I said apps are going to be just as big or bigger than websites ever were. And that seems to be just about the case now, right? Not that I'm right. It was obvious at the time. What else is obvious at the time is ChatGPT and this stuff just went mainstream. So the 90% of us have all started hearing about it or using it, which means that the good stuff is still way ahead of us. What AI will be able to do for us, instead of just making funny pictures of cows, you know, dancing underwater, we're going to be able to do much more useful things with this stuff that we can't even imagine today, 5 years from now, and maybe even sooner. But it's something to keep an eye on. It's something to experiment with and possibly play around with as well. It's good to be aware of what's out there, because we're all online now, right? Everybody here is doing some online work, whether you want to call it work or not. I hope your YouTube channel is fun, but you know what I mean. And it would be great to understand the tools that are available to everybody, even if you're not going to use them. You'll see that I say this about a lot of things. And I'll tell you, so forgive me, the speeches are just going to go on today like crazy. I can tell already. Since we're talking about see, I'm Canadian. Since we're talking about AI, I did a marketing class in what I believe was 10th grade. And I promise you it's forever ago, right? 25 years, something like that. And in that marketing class, we were told by the teacher, we got to see the changes that are coming, because there's this brand new technology called ATMs, automatic teller machines. And the banks aren't going to need people anymore, because they're just going to have these electronic teller machines, and we're just going to do it ourselves. And the tellers don't know anybody any better, but what they're doing is they're talking us out of their own jobs by getting us to use these things. So here we are, 25 years later or longer, and we all have probably used an ATM at some point in our lives, but we also still have tellers available and necessary in almost every case. And now there's more jobs, because the teller machines have to be built, they have to be repaired, they have to be filled, they have to be secured, and all the other things that come along with that, and the supply chains that make it happen. So I could be wrong. And I promise you, I've been as wrong in life as I have been right, probably more times. Who knows? But this idea that AI is going to wipe out all of our jobs, I don't buy that for a second. Because if you go on Fiverr or Upwork or any of these other websites right now, you're probably getting emails or direct messages on Instagram about this already. Somebody's going to reach out to you and say, I'm an AI professional and you can pay me to use ChatGPT for you. And I'll organize your day by using AI, or I'll fix your graphics, or I'll run your YouTube channel by using AI. So you see already, we're not even a year into this yet since ChatGPT became mainstream and we all know about it, to people wanting to get paid, to be professionals in this. So where's the wiping out of the jobs? It's not there. When I use ChatGPT to write things, which I do, they were things I was never, ever going to pay somebody to write anyway. If I'm going to go and experiment with making music with AI, it was music I wasn't going to pay to have done anyway. So there's a lot to think about. And again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm predicting the future here. But I'll tell you right now, my opinion, and we're recording it, is that AI is not going to wipe out all of our jobs. If anything else, it's going to change things. We're going to have things that are helped by AI 5 years from now that we can't imagine today. And there's going to be more different jobs. Just like social media was not a thing. Before even my time, there was no such thing as MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Now those companies have tens of thousands of employees. So if anybody ever said social media is going to wipe us all out, they were wrong. The advertising agencies that could have been wiped out by social media have just gotten bigger, in my opinion. So, just an idea. And is that the case? Lenny the Lawyer Live, in the U.S., nothing generated by AI can be copyrighted. So that certainly could be the case. And Lenny would certainly know a lot better than I would there. Yeah, lots of banks are closing, but we've seen as many grow. Like, lots of people see things like in Canada, we have one called Tangerine. I think it was called ING Direct. I think they're North America wide. They didn't exist before my lifetime, and they do now. There's always going to be new companies. There's always going to be new things. For every bank that goes down, a cryptocurrency is created, for instance, right? So I could be wrong. I promise you, I've been mistaken very much. And about COVID and what was going to happen with us all staying indoors, I was very, very, very wrong. I was saying at the time that I thought people are going to be afraid to leave their homes. They're not going to come back out when it's time. And for anybody that noticed, every restaurant was lined up on day one. So I was completely backwards wrong, 180 degrees wrong. And I could be again, but I am not scared, not in the littlest bit. So let's just assume for a second there's a possibility that we're not going to get wiped out by AI. There's opportunity right in front of all of us right now. We can choose to embrace it, learn about it, and use the tools for ourselves, or we can choose to be on the other side of the fence. Neither one is right or wrong, but it's a thought. So we can think about that. I wonder what people thought when the Industrial Revolution came along. I drive a Bobcat when I work outdoors doing construction and stuff, and that's a big machine that can take 20 shovels of anything at a time or more. And I wonder when those were invented, if people thought, well, we're not going to need people to shovel anymore because now they got a machine to do it. But we still have jobs because somebody's got to run that machine, somebody's got to build it, somebody's got to fix it, and somebody's got to maintain it. So again, not that I'm right, but let's move back on to channels. And forgive me if I missed anybody coming into the chat. Corinne's Life is here. I'm not sure if I already got her on the wheel. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. So I'll get her on the wheel. We skipped our second break, but that's okay. We'll take one in 15 minutes or so. I've got quite a few more channels to go through. And that's it. Yeah, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. We can't pick our battles sometimes, right? This is the arena we play to live in. It's all, it's not the same thing, but often I'll have people say something about, let's say, YouTube. Like, oh, well, they shouldn't do this. And you're right, but it's too bad because they are doing it. So we have a choice. We either play in their arena or we don't. And that's it. And the same thing comes with AI. We're not going to be able to avoid it because I promise you, everything down to the coffee we drink every day is going to eventually be made with some kind of AI in the system somewhere. And it doesn't seem like that's ever going away. And as a matter of fact, if you think about it, that's how Facebook basically started. This stuff had started long before Facebook was invented. If there's any truth to what I may or may not know about Facebook already in its creation, is that the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, came out with an app long before Facebook that was able to predict your taste in music as an MP3 player. And when you think about that, that's the beginnings of obvious AI, but it had started long before that, I believe, as well. It's just that it's mainstream now, and the whole company Amazon was built on it, built on the idea that when you buy something, other shoppers that bought what you bought also bought this. You might like this, right? And that's learning technology. AI prompt engineers, 350,000. I'm in the wrong business. Oh, wait, I'm way in the wrong business. And then, okay, so forgive me. I'll get back to channels. You guys can fight that out in the chat. Thank you for the conversation, because you can tell I get very passionate about this. I just don't want everybody to live in fear of the idea that AI is going to destroy everything that we're doing. It can help us. I'm using it already. And I tell people that are paying me to do stuff that I'm using it, and they're happy to know that it's used just as much as anything else, because they know that the benefit of it comes back in what they're paying. Not that I made my job easier and now I'm getting paid too much, or they're paying too much for the time or anything like that, but there's new technology that's going to benefit everybody on the way up instead of getting blindsided by it, if that makes sense. So let's look at Judgment Day Mike Harper. This is a channel we're still getting to know. They've got more screen time than anybody in history, I think, in Tuber Chat. Shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 1,000 views and more, which is great to see. So hopefully they'll continue to post. They've got some brand new videos. I'm going to take their latest one. I shared this workout video, or it's set to share for tomorrow, but I've got that in my catch-up list as well. That's a playlist that I use to keep caught up with. Creators playlist can be a great tool for that. They've done some live streams, so hopefully they'll continue with those. We got our notification bell on as well, so hopefully we can catch them. Thank you again for the super chat, Judgment Day Mike Harper. They've done that before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And when we look at Chris and Larry Homestead, they gifted a membership earlier. We still got a couple more channels to go for these reasons before I start spinning the wheel again. But we're looking at Chris and Larry Homestead now with over 16,000 subscribers. Every time I see this channel, it seems like they've gone up another 1,000. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. What I say is that channels of this size have much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they've already been through in their YouTube journey. In order to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a great marker. For anybody that gets to 3,000, I have no problem betting that they'll have 10,000 within just about the same amount of time, or maybe less. And then we're on our way towards 100 once we pass 10,000, right? So Chris and Larry Homestead are certainly on the way. They bring us a lot of traditional homesteading content. That could be indoors, that could be outdoors. And they produce merchandise. They're always busy. It's a family of 10 actually behind this channel. They bring shorts, videos, and live streams. I've got their latest video in my catch-up list. They've got shorts here that have gotten popular into 5,000, even 8,000 views. Live streams are frequent, at least once a week, usually on Monday. So they got their Monday one set up. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. And as a matter of fact, Tuber Chat on Monday is going to be at 10 a.m. So they might still be on when we end. So we might be able to catch them. They're monetized, of course. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. And there's lots of ways to support them when we get there, including Super Chats and memberships, of course. And thank you, Chris and Larry Homestead, for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And they've done that kind of thing many times before. M&T Living and Cooking is up right now. They dropped a super chat as well. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to this channel. They're here with us just about every single day. They got almost 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Big Dude, I see you in the chat. I'm going to add you onto the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them. We'll get back to spinning in another moment. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And when we look at M&T Living and Cooking, I see they've got a new video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as well so I can catch up with them. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Chris and Larry Homestead, yeah, so I have a system. One of these days, I hope to describe it exactly to everybody so you can hopefully take inspiration from it. But the idea is that I mix up my community posts, and I do that through, so everybody has a chance, similar to what we do here in Tuber Chat, right? I always want everything to be open to everybody. So you do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member or a moderator to get community posts shared out as well. For that, I go through a list of everybody who's spending the most time here. Let's say the most supportive creators to this channel get shared out most often, right? Chris and Larry Homestead is getting shared out. I'm assuming once every 3 weeks-ish, right? It depends on the number of channels I go through, but I mix it up every day, 6, 8, or 10 posts a day. And those are a little bit between everybody, so that we can get a lot of channels out there. A lot of people get a little bit of extra exposure. And I know they have a little bit of impact as well, so that helps. Yes, to be Irish Live, you're absolutely right. And then M&T Living and Cooking. I've got your latest video on my catch-up list there. Let's look at your shorts and see how these are doing now. I'm glad to see so many creators getting involved in shorts. So 5,000 views on lots of these, 53, 4, 500, and then 20,000 on a breakout shorts, which is great to see. Now, M&T Living and Cooking will bring a lot of delicious looking content on their channel between the reviews and the things they're going to make. They also collaborate with a lot of other creators, and I see them out supporting others all the time as well. They're here in Tuber Chat just about every single day and have been for months upon months, for which I'm grateful, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The whole reason their channel's on the screen right now is because they dropped a super chat for us. So thank you for that. They've done that countless times. Next up is another beloved and dedicated moderator as well as member. This is Scott. Now, he gifted a membership, so we're looking at his channel right away, and we expect to get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So Rambling with the Brooms is Scott. He's another fellow Canadian. He's from about 4 or 6 hours away from me in our nation's capital or close to it. He happens to be a city councilor as well. And this creator is bringing us homesteading content that can involve indoor or outdoor ideas, as well as a chance to get to know Scott. And he's doing well with shorts, showing us famous Canadian weather, getting into 1,600 and even 7,700 views on one of these. I wasn't expecting this. He's got a brand new one that's got 3,300 views. That one might still be going. And then thank you. Yes, an AI host would have caught that, Scratch and PPA. Forgive me, I skipped over Sam's Vlogs Trains and More. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't put him on the wheel or the screen yet. He dropped a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary and very much appreciated. Of course, he's done it a million times, and I've probably forgot to put him up a million times as well. Carnival Cruise Addicts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Rambling with the Brooms has a couple of series of live streams. Procrastination Thursday and Shenanigan Friday are most often known, but I did catch him at the last moment today. He actually had Butler Family Farm. Jerry was on with Scott. And these creators were, they'd been on for a while. I caught them for the last half hour or so. But you can see just from the title of this particular live stream, Scott is an advocate for helping others grow. He's built up a reputation as a moderator on hundreds of channels. Is that the Numismaniac on your channel? Oh no, it's Lazy Days Ahead. Forgive me, I thought I saw Numismaniac there for a second. Now, one of the other projects that he's got going on here is a cruise that's going to leave in August of 2025 from Seattle to Alaska. And there's lots of information on his channel as well as Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. These creators collaborate all the time. And they're hoping to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters. So hopefully everybody will check that out. Rambling with the Brooms often makes himself a part of the YouTube community by heading out sometimes 1,000 miles away or longer to get involved in meetups and things like that. I think this is where the friendship between Scott and Jerry has probably started to flourish, because both of these creators do that kind of thing, and I'm always happy to see that. So Rambling with the Brooms, hopefully everybody will connect with, again, a member and a moderator. He gifted a membership here, so we put his channel up right away. Sam's Vlogs Trains and More dropped a super chat for us as well. And let me just get that right. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. And this creator is another beloved and dedicated moderator and member here in Tuber Chat for almost 3 years now. Michael's Adventures, by the way, was saying he picked up a gifted membership today, but he's got almost a year of memberships as well. Chocolate Drop, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let me get you onto the wheel. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I've probably missed a lot that everybody's mentioned. I had to let the conversation go there about AI a little bit because I get long-winded with my speeches, of course. Oh, you're going to do a mini UK meetup. To Be Irish Live's going to meet up with John H. Shelton. That's wonderful. Lenny the Lawyer Live is just mentioning it's amazing how many people don't realize how much work a YouTube channel is. Yes. And thank you. I really do appreciate the kind words. Now, this really is just a meeting place. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while we're doing what we're doing. You know, I hope that some of what I talk about can be helpful, because I do a lot of YouTube work as well. Half of my full-time gig is running YouTube channels or doing other social media. But I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. And that is the... you know, the greatest benefit to me is that I get to hear from lots of other people and share our ideas together and learn, so that I can take what we discover here or talk about or help each other with out to my other work. And then what I do there, I bring that experience back here as well, so that we can all discuss those things. And then, thank you everybody for the kind words. Yes, and Butler Family Farm, yeah, tonight is overwhelming, but that's okay. This is why I've added these couple of sections here. So I've got Clear the Wheel on there. We skipped a break. We're going to go on break in a few minutes here. I'm going to put another 2 of those sections on the wheel. When it comes up, I'm going to wipe out all the names that are on there, and I'm going to refill it with anybody who should be on, and then that gives us a chance to get to a few more channels as well. So it's the fairest idea I've had for being able to handle the overwhelming busy chats that sometimes come up here. So Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More has almost 1,900 subscribers. Now, this creator brings us a lot of train videos, as anybody would expect. And he could be indoors, he could be outdoors, he could be giving us a look around. Sometimes he's taking a trip or giving us tips and tricks for our own train travels. This creator as well mixes up a lot of variety. So he could be doing unboxing videos, product reviews, or a lot of live streaming. Sometimes he does Q&As or a trivia type of game. or gives us channel updates so we know what to expect from Sam and his productions. He's gotten into shorts videos, and these have now gotten well over 4,000 views, one of them almost 5,000, which is great to see, and it's pure variety when we get into his shorts. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him. Like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So, what I'm going to do right now is spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We're going to take our next break. That'll be about 3.5 minutes. When we get back, we're going to pick up another channel onto the screen, and that's going to be Michael's Adventures, who's been a beloved and dedicated moderator for just about 3 years now. All right, we're back, and I said we were going to look at Michael's Adventures. So I'll get that channel ready to go right now. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator here. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. He does a lot for people that actually goes unseen. He really is the kind of creator who thinks with generosity, and I've built up a friendship with him over all these years. But this is somebody who will reach out specifically to say, who can I help? who, as like between our friendship and the fact that I'm like the host of Tuberchat, he'll say, who do you know that I can help? Who do you know that needs watch hours that I can run playlists for? And never expects anything in return, and just goes over and above with that kind of generosity. Now, he posts every single day, sometimes twice a day, as a matter of fact. He's always way ahead. You can see I'm setting notifications for all kinds of things that he's got going on. He just dropped a video right before Tuberchat, or actually as we started. I crashed into him today. One of the things I talk about is when you start your YouTube journey, it'll be easy or easier to try to make a schedule with your friends, and like they post on Tuesday, you post on Wednesday, or they post at 10 o'clock, you post at 11 o'clock and stuff like that. But as your channel grows and as you follow more and more other creators, it becomes harder and harder to avoid that. Now, in the case of Tuberchat, I can tell everybody right now, and I always have from the beginning, I'm lucky enough to work full-time. So I have a schedule that kind of fluctuates a little bit between family obligations and everything else. So I stream when I got to stream, and that's it. And that includes, trying to mix the streams up so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. But a lot of creators, like eventually we'll get to another beloved and dedicated moderator here, Scratch and PPA, who posts every day or every week at the same time. Michael's Adventures premieres every day at 9 a.m. A lot of wildlife videos. He actually expands his content. So this is one that I need to see because he often takes us out for stories to be told and a look around his area. I was just with him the other day for one where he did a walk around one of the forests. Maybe I missed this one too. I thought I caught one the other day. And he sometimes goes twice a day, but he posts with consistency and now has over 3,200 videos. So most of it is wildlife, and you will find deer, foxes, raccoons, there's bird watching. In between the videos where he takes us to different places for, like I said, stories to be told or a look around. He likes to go to places like cemeteries and graveyards. And some stories go along with that as well. When we get into shorts videos, we see a bit of lottery ticket scratching, a little bit of outdoor content as well. And then he might be playing another game on a tablet or something like that also. So a bit of variety here, but mostly wildlife. And Michael's Adventures, like I said, is over 3,200 videos. He's got over 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 1,300 that he's going to be thinking about. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll get our next channel ready to go. And Chelsea Gainey's back in the house. That's a fairly new channel. Gaming Experience with Kelly. I did get you on the wheel. Chocolate Drop asked earlier how I was doing. I'm always good. I'm living the dream, so hopefully you are also. Ria's Blissful Connections is going to come up right now, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel for today. Maybe we can find a way to do a live stream. I've been considering a few ideas for a live stream on my personal channel, but maybe we should get into it and talk about AI and explore some of the systems so that we can really get a clear idea of how they can be used, and maybe you guys can give me some ideas as well. All that fluff and stuff, like the premiere, which was great, so I'm looking forward to watching that afterwards. And Keto Mama Michelle's in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And Ria's Blissful Connections is up here right now. So professional educator, homeschooling mom. This is somebody I'm still getting to know. They've got shorts front and center on their channel. So we'll have a look at these. We see that lots of these have gotten into almost a couple hundred views. One over 4,800, which is great to see. Videos are coming out pretty much weekly by the look of it. So hopefully that continues. And then we see that this creator's bringing a lot of the education that they share into their YouTube channel, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that. More information on their About page, of course, and they're getting dangerously close to their 1,000 subscribers. They're at 986 right this second. So hopefully we can push them a little bit farther. Wolf is in the house. When we look for that channel, we search Wolf Scratcher, which is all one word. That's their handle. And I noticed that all that fluff and stuff, all that fluff and stuff gifted a membership again. They're from Australia. They've gifted a membership to our favorite couple from Ireland, which is Unstable TV. We might be lucky enough to see them come in. It's a little bit late for them. So I'm thinking now it's past 1 a.m. It's probably getting on 2 a.m. for Unstable TV, but anything's possible. Danielle and James might be able to make it in. The notifications for gifted memberships are fantastic, so we often see creators come into the chat if they weren't already there. Natalie Nicole's ASMR's in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel in a moment here. The Bud Files is coming up right now. And thank you again. Oh, pardon me. All that fluff and stuff. I'm going to put your channel up next. I don't know what on earth I'm thinking. We always put channels up for super chats and gifted memberships like that. So we'll get all that fluff and stuff up on the screen next. Natalie Nicole's ASMR is being added to the wheel. If anybody would like to swap playlists, by the way, for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. In the chat, other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Yeah, we got 43 names sitting on the wheel right now, including all that fluff and stuff. But I've added 3 clear the wheel sections. And I've got the add a name section there as well. So at some point, clear the wheel will come up and I will wipe the wheel out. And I'll be shocked if we have 10 names, because a lot of the members are still in the chat that have already been on the screen. Right? So we'll get down to, we got 34 watching right now. So thank you everybody for that. We often towards the end of the stream still have around 20 people to 25, sometimes 30 watching. And a lot of the channels have already been on. So we get a chance to get through more channels faster. That's one of the things that's beneficial with these new sections on the wheel, if that makes sense. So the Bud Files is here with 1,400 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,500 they're thinking about. These creators post frequently. They're posting videos every couple of days. I'm just going to grab the latest one and put this in my catch-up list. Now, they started as modern-day archaeologists with the intention of uncovering history and digitally preserving it in video. They do that through video shorts as well as live streams, but they really expanded their content, especially over the last year, where they still take us to some of the places we expect, like graveyards, cemeteries, haunted locations, abandoned spots, but they also give us a chance to come out on family adventures. They bring us a lot of variety in their shorts. We see that with some of these getting up to now 5,000 views, one of them over 15,000. And then live streams can see them indoors or outdoors. They could be singing, dancing, playing a game, doing crafting, or taking us on an adventure. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. They happen to be monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, I describe them also as seeming to be everywhere all the time, and they're here in Tuber Chat every single day, for which I'm grateful. Now, I know not everybody can be here every day or for 3 hours every time we stream. I do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. But I do like to recognize when we have channels that are so supportive. So as well, all that fluff and stuff is somebody who's been a dear friend for about 3 years as well. And this creator started by bringing us on the water. They bring us reef fishing, mud crabbing, snorkeling, and other water-based activities, including traditional fishing. I wonder what on earth they've got going on here. This looks just monstrous. They put a few shorts out for this, which is great to see. I have a feeling those are going to start to move. This creator's actually done really well with shorts, and they're the first one to give us the hint about the idea of using our short form videos to promote our long form content. And even I took that advice and started doing it as well. It served me well so far. They've got 1,400, 1,600 views on a couple of these things and thousands all the way up. They've got live streams that feature a lot of different content. So sometimes they're out on the water, but they got involved in a lot of cooking videos and things in the kitchen as well. I've caught them for a few of these. We'll see if those are going to continue. And lately they've been putting up a lot of produced content as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy enjoy connecting with all that fluff and stuff. There are over 5,200 subscribers right now. I'm not sure if otherwise from this channel I might have already known what a reef cod is, but that's something else. Look at the size of this. I just imagine any water-based mammal or fish or anything else of this size has to be substantial. So that's probably a very great catch. Let's spin the wheel. And thank you again, all that fluff and stuff, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that. I know Danielle and James will be happy to have it with their Unstable TV Shorts channel. Yes, Fluffy. All that fluff and stuff is lovingly known as Fluffy on their channel. I don't say it as much as everybody does, but I know that when I catch them in other chats, I catch that as they're lovingly referred to. Chef Shapino's coming up right now, and this is a channel that I mentioned earlier in the stream. I think they dropped a highlighted milestone message. Now, Chef Shapino has been a silver member for a long period of time, which means we see their channel, whether they're here or not, in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And I'm just scanning through the chat for a quick second here. Chef Shapino is incredibly supportive, but another dynamic creator as well. I caught them for some live streams a while back. When we get into their videos, I see I'm behind. They've posted quite a bit here. I'm going to take this one from a couple weeks ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. We'll get into their shorts and see what they're doing here for variety. Some of these have gotten into a couple thousand views. 2 of them over 4,000. Which is great to see. And then live streams are something that seem to be pretty frequent, as a matter of fact. So hopefully I'll catch them for one of these again. They got 1,700 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,800 they're thinking about. Now, again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. If anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Sweet Caramel Smile is coming up right now. We'll see what this channel's got going on. And I might have to catch up with something here. When I look at the time, we should have had... We're going to take another break in 15 minutes, but we'll get quite a few channels on before then. I think we should have 3 clear the wheel sections on the wheel, which we do, as well as one add a name, and I'll add another clear the wheel afterwards. We'll keep doing that until it comes up. Sweet Caramel Smile is here with 117 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200 that they're thinking about. It's been a while since they've posted a traditional video, but they talk about food and family on their channel. A registered nurse, mother, wife, and nutritionist for a passion for healthy living and cooking. And hopefully everybody will catch more information on their About page. So videos, obviously we're looking for new videos from them, but I want to see what they're doing with their shorts videos also. These have gotten into 1,500, 1,600, even 19,000 views on one breakout shorts, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Sweet Caramel Smile's been a longtime friend, as a matter of fact, so it's great to see you in the chat again today. And again, hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them and getting some of that support coming back to you as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I see Jonathan Sturgill is in the chat. I'm going to get them onto the wheel in Michael's Adventures place there. We'd already seen Michael's Adventures. I forgot to take his name off the wheel. And we'll spin. And Trish the Natural is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel in a second. Native Wildman is here. It's good to see you in the house again. The Stock Explorer's coming up. So that's Nora. And they're here as a member and a moderator. And... We still got a full wheel for now. So the Stock Explorer, let's see what Nora's got going on for us. They are getting close to 1,900 subscribers. They dressed up their channel for Halloween there, which is great to see. Nora is a longtime friend, and they've probably been with us long beyond 2 years now. But they're a beloved and dedicated moderator as well as a member here. Now, what they seek to do on their channel is bring us the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options, trading, and NFTs. They do that through video shorts and live streams, and it's common to see this creator with product in hand. I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product, and then unbox it on a live stream. I should probably go for that honey, as a matter of fact, right? When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that the Stock Explorers really started to expand their content, so they've got a lot more variety here. But the shorts now have gotten into 2,500, 3,600 views. This one's at 7,000, and I think this thing is still going, as a matter of fact. When we get into live streams, we see that these are frequent. Now, the Stock Explorer lately has been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching with other guests on the channel, but they also have a lot of friendly conversation, and sometimes they have charts and graphs for us to see while they are talking about stocks and crypto. I joined them on their channel many months ago, but we had a 2-hour conversation about YouTube, and Nora was very thoughtful in preparing for that interview style conversation. When we get into their second channel, we see Tropical Buzz. This creator happens to be from Florida. This is their second channel where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which they're going to grow themselves and some of which is already there. They get involved in seed swaps and things like that as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Nora on both of these channels, the Stock Explorer and Tropical Buzz. And Michael's Adventures, yeah, I should probably step it up. I usually have a spoon a day as well as another spoon. What I do is I take a teaspoon and I wrap it as much as I can, and so it's covered, right, almost like a tablespoon of honey, and I have it plain, but then I also put it in my coffee, which otherwise would have been black, right? I still drink coffee with milk and sugar if I feel like it. I think I'm gonna rip off somebody's chance on the wheel here. I think it was It's the Bankroll. And then if anybody happened to notice that I made a mistake there, Scratch and Pete PA might have caught that. I started typing on the wheel when I shouldn't have, but I think it was It's the Bankroll that just came up. If I'm mistaken, we'll get another channel up quickly if anybody happened to notice if I made a mistake there. And then yeah, I'm gonna run for some honey on my next break here when we go. We'll go in about 7 minutes or so. It's the Bankroll is up right now. Now this is another channel like the Stock Explorer that's going to help us with our finances. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA. I was hoping that was the case. I don't know how he does it. Not only is he here for 3 hours, but he's paying attention the whole time as well. Day One Adventures is in the house. They're a member. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. We still have yet to see Scratch and PPA's channel, but he knows what it's like to be first and last, as a matter of fact, and everywhere in between here in Superchat. Black Guns and Gardens is also here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And they happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. It's the Bankroll is going to talk to us not just about investing, but the idea actually about saving and where we can find the money for investing, not to mention becoming debt-free, which is really the focus of the channel. But they do cash stuffing challenges. They show us the apps that they use, both to keep track of their money and bring in side hustle, well, how do I say, everybody's using side hustle these days, but streams of income. This particular video here is really, really cool because even if you're not going to use the same apps that they use for the idea of bringing in an extra stream of income. It'll give you ideas and motivation about some of the programs that are out there, right? I think they talked about Amazon affiliates in there, and they've got some of the other apps that bring in small amounts of money. Anything can, right? There's lots of stuff out there where, like, even when we're grocery shopping, you can make 1% cash back or something like that just by filming your receipt with an app, if I understand right. So 5,500, 6,600 views on some of these shorts, and this is where we're going to get bite-sized information or motivation when it comes to the idea of both saving, becoming debt-free, and then investing, of course. So I'm always happy to see that channels, these channels that are helping us with our finances, because I believe that there's not enough financial information that's forced onto us. We have to learn about geography and history, mathematics, English, and other languages, and gymnastics and stuff like that in most cases. But finance is just not there until you decide that you want to learn. So then we only have our parents and our friends. And sad as it is to say, but if our parents and our friends are not doing things with money and finance that we also want to do, then we find a struggle in trying to get the right information to do the things that we want to do, if that makes sense. And so, let's see what Tips World Talks has got going on. This creator is working on 700 subscribers. They're very, very close now at 694. Tips World Talks is somebody who's fairly new to Superchat. So they're doing a lot of live streaming, I believe, right? So up until a month ago, we'll see if they're going to continue those. A little bit of polarizing content on the channel. They do a lot of conversating. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 5,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. When we get into live streams, this is where we see the conversation with this channel. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I've always got the notification bells on for every channel, as we all do. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and hopefully catching as much content from each other as we can. And let's spin the wheel. So we're finally, oh goodness, okay. Pardon me while I literally thank God. So clear the wheel has come up. I should make a big sound effect and explosions for this. So what this means is I'm going to wipe out the wheel right now for all names that are on it. I'm going to reload it during our break for 3.5 minutes, which is a couple minutes early here. I'm going to reload it with all the names that should be on there that are in the chat. So that's members and moderators. And that will really speed things up for us, and we'll get a chance to get more channels out of the chat as well. So we're going to be back in 3.5 minutes. What I've got to do is get those off of the wheel. And I think they're all off. And we'll spin. We'll see which channel's coming up next. And then we'll be off so I can reload. Now the bud files I didn't take off, so this is going to take another second here. And pardon me, I don't like when I make mistakes. I whine and complain about it, as some of you know. Scratch and PPA's heard me whine and complain more than anybody else in the Tuber Chat family. The bud files we saw already. Hopefully I got the wheel clean now. So the other key to this then is if any of the members that should be on the wheel are listening or watching, just please be active in the chat right now so that I can make sure that your channel is either there or has been re-added. I'm going to get Big Dude ready, and then we're going to be back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're sort of back. My hands are covered in honey now, so I might have to get up for one more second. We're looking at Big Dude's channel. When I look for this creator, it's easier to find them by their handle because their name is very short and popular. So Big Dude, they happen to be live right now, but that's okay. I'm just going to put their handle in the chat, and you can search for that if you need to get to them. Big Dude 1234. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Fifth cup of coffee. Mike and Rihanna's adventures. And then, so I've got the wheel that was cleared off during the break there. Right before the break, we had the section come up that says clear the wheel. I put one of those on every break until it comes up. And what that did was have me clear the wheel. So if we've got any members that are listening or watching that haven't been on the wheel or the screen, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll get you on there again. We're now down to just over 10 names. Which is way down from 40. So you see what I mean about how that can be really helpful. We'll get some more channels on the screen because we've still got an hour to go. So Big Dude is on there right now, and this creator is going to inspire us in a spiritual way, and they bring us a lot of Bible study, as a matter of fact. Let's look at their live streams first. So they're live right now, but they do Bible study frequently, and I've been lucky to catch them a couple of times. Hopefully I'll catch them again soon. They've got shorts on their channel, and these, a couple of them have gotten into thousands of views. So we'll have to keep an eye on these with the celebrities and public figures. But they've also got a brand new video. They tend to make really short videos, but I'm going to put the latest one on my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Thank you, Corinne's Life. I had cleared the wheel, but I'll get you back on there right now. Butler Family Farm. That's Jerry, Jerry and Susan, actually. But Jerry was on with Scott from Rambling with the Brooms. I talked about that earlier. I was out for the day, but I caught one live stream today, and it was that one while I was getting my act together here and setting up for Tuber Chat. Butler Family Farm does a great job of making themselves a part of the YouTube community by heading out to places like meetups, for instance. And let's look at their live streams first. So I'll show you what I mean, and then I'll talk about the channel itself. So they head out to a lot of meetups like this here. They recently did. I caught a little bit of that. They're out in the Ozarks often. They're out, they did the Mid-America meetup at the beginning of the summer. 80 channels worth of creators and supporters were there. There's Scott from Rambling with the Brooms right there. So this is really cool. One of the things I really enjoy about my own YouTube journey and what we're doing here is watching the friendships flourish between creators. You know, I'm grateful for my own friendships that have grown, and I know that when I ask anybody what's your favorite thing about your YouTube journey, for anybody that's been on for any amount of time, the number one answer is the friendships that are made. So I think that that's important. Now, Butler Family Farm's interesting. They bring us 116 acres of farming and homesteading goodness on their channel. They got a lot of livestock over there. Let's talk about that for a second. They've got bees that will be coming to bring us some honey, as a matter of fact, in March again. In the meantime, they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, and chickens, as well as their cats and dogs. But they'll also bring us in their videos out to different adventures or locations, or if the family's going to travel or do some of the activities that they do outside of the farming and homesteading activity. I'm just going to grab the latest video, and I'm going to put this in my catch-up list so I can somewhat stay caught up with them. They post frequently, as you can see. And then some of their content is indoors, some of it is outdoors, of course, right? And a lot of our homesteading friends have a similar mentality in wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. Then when we get into shorts videos, we see even more variety here, but we get into 4,000 views and beyond. One of them over 5,000. which is great to see. Now they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So I hope everybody will. And Butler Family Farm makes an effort to be here for every single stream, and I really do appreciate that. Now, I don't expect it from anybody, especially, our moderators and things like that. I know that a lot of people really help out when it's the reminders of the thumbs up and the shares and the word of mouth and the kind things that are said about our community, even when I'm not around. Because I've walked in on many streams where this kind of thing happens. But when it comes to the idea of being here frequently for abundant amounts of time when it's possible, I really do appreciate it. Every moment that everybody can spend, I certainly do appreciate, and I just hope you get value out of the time that you're here. I just want everybody to get out of YouTube what you want to get out of YouTube. And then if I can help at all, that's a bonus for everybody. And then sometimes more than one time a day. Yes, every single day, Butler Family Farm posts. Forgive me, I haven't been saying that, but I should keep that in mind. I'll try to remember that when I put your channel up as well. Rock Chick Beauty is dropping a super chat, so we're going to make that the next channel that we look at. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel right after. But I also need to put on Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny. And they also happen to be a member, so we'll get them onto the wheel and ready to go. Now, Marketplace Boutique is an interesting channel because this creator was working in law but decided they wanted to pursue something that would allow them to spend more time at home. So they started an e-commerce business, and what I believe they said was 1998. And for all this time, they have knowledge about eBay and other platforms, the idea of buying low, selling high, and finding really unique things that we can profit from by selling. And they're going to give us the ins and outs of that. So this channel hits home for me because I happen to do a little bit of eBay work. And as a matter of fact, I just bought something again the other day. So I bought a case of 20 keyboards from an auction type thing, and what my intention will be is to unbox one of them, use it, and do an unboxing video, and then put them all up on eBay as well, right? And the idea is that can be another stream of income. One of the things that I enjoy about eBay, I probably, to be honest with you, wish that they just stayed with PayPal. Back in the day, eBay and PayPal were one company, and then they split, if I understand right. But a couple of years ago, eBay switched to, or a year ago or so, they switched to no longer using PayPal as their payment method. And what they do is they just literally drop the money right in your bank account, which is kind of cool. So I don't do a ton of eBay for myself personally. I do a tiny sliver, but it's nice. Every once in a while, you sell something for 20 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever it's going to be, and it just shows up in your bank account automatically. And then I happen to do some eBay work for another creator who has an eBay store where I've listed thousands of items and shipped 1,000 packages. But it's really easy stuff. The detail about how to do it can be easy. The shipping is easy to learn. The listing is easy to learn. The magic comes in how to find the right items for yourself to sell and then how to get them sold. And Marketplace Boutique is going to help us with that. So I think this is great. I hope to take another page out of their book, as a matter of fact, because I might even do a video on shipping for eBay and how to save money by showing everybody the method that I use to wrap up packages that have enough, let's say, cushioning and things like that. When you think about a keyboard, like I don't have one of the ones that I bought here, but I'll show you an example. So I keep a Mac keyboard with me all the time. It's a Bluetooth wireless one. It's really for a desktop computer, but I use it for my laptop, which is what I'm working on right now. But the case for it, if you look at the sides of this case, you can see it's fairly well protected. And after shipping 1,000 packages, I can tell you I would be comfortable shipping this electronic device in its own packaging. So Marketplace Boutique can tell you whether they agree or disagree with that, because you always want to make sure you do the best thing you can to ship things to people where they're not going to break. And even if the shipping people happen to mishandle the stuff, is the safest way I can say it, maybe it's going to arrive almost in one piece, right? Because it gets to be a headache trying to chase people down for insurance and all that stuff when the postage companies break things and lose things and everything. It's not common. I've seen it rarely. And no package has ever broken due to my packaging. But that's something I would ship. But therefore, when you think about how you're going to ship this, you've got to keep it as light as you can. You've got to keep it as small as you can. So when you start taking a box like Amazon does and throwing it in a much bigger box so that it bounces around and everything like that, there's ways to save money. Marketplace Boutique can probably help you with that as well, but that's something I hope to do. So we'll see. Past Life Explorers in the house, and that is a creator that was very much responsible for an influx 3 years ago of paranormal channels coming through the Superchat family, some of which are with us still today, and a couple of which I've actually collaborated with. So it's always good to see what Past Life Explorer is up to. Hopefully I'll catch you for a stream or another production soon. And Chevy KG Addict is in the house as well. Thanks for coming in. So when we see all that fluff and stuff, things can be different in different countries. So I'm not sure if we have anybody in the house from Australia right now. I know that the time zones are way off. I'm not sure if Australia does direct deposit. I'm in Canada. It's direct deposit. Somewhere between the 21st and the 23rd. It's there every month without fail, as long as you meet the threshold, which is $100 in our case. Even in Canada, it's $100 Canadian, which works out to a little bit less than US, right? Excuse me, about $70 worth. But they spell that out for you. If you have passed the threshold and have not yet received a payment, the next one will be in or about 2 weeks from now, a little bit longer, when we get to the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. They give themselves until, I think, the 26th or something, but it always comes within the 22nd or 23rd, except for weekends. If it's on the weekend, it never comes until Monday, usually after midnight. But it depends on what time they're sending these things out. I still haven't got quite a handle on that. But for us, it's direct deposit. So you'll have to, we'll have to see if we can find somebody from Australia that will know if your situation is going to be the same, if we've got somebody with experience with that. And then, yeah, Michael's Adventures. Canada apparently now, saw something today, I don't know if it's true. Canada's thinking about trying to tax our income no matter what country you're in. So already, we have to declare all of YouTube's income, of course, right? As anybody would expect. Different countries have different treaties. Forgive me, Rock Chick Beauty, I shouldn't have spun the wheel. Luckily, it came up with your name anyway. But Canada now is thinking about taxing any work that's done anywhere else. And, we already, pay taxes. If you want to get really fired up and angry, let me let you know something right now. So, if a Canadian citizen buys a super chat for anybody else, whether it's Canadian, American, Australian, or anything else, that super chat is taxed at 13% because that's our federal harmonized sales tax, they call it. We pay 13%, at least in Ontario we do. So 13% already is taxed on top. So if we want to send a $1 super chat, it comes out to $11.30, right? The government takes a little bit off the top. If you send a super chat on an Apple device, Apple takes 30% of what's left before YouTube takes 30% of what's left. And then for the remainder, which in that case is less than 45%, I forget exactly the number, you can work that out, that is taxed at income tax rates. So you can imagine how this is not a laughing matter at any by any means. But when we think about the idea that some of this money brought in as a stream of income for some creators can literally be life-changing, it's really unfortunate to see all the taxes and things like that come off of this stuff. But it's something to keep in mind. That's why you see a lot of creators with cryptos or PayPals and Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon and all these other things. I don't do it on the Superchat channel at all because this is a different kind of channel, extremely YouTube focused, of course. But there's other things to do, and you have to be very careful if you're going to take any kind of compensation from anybody for any reason on any other network, because YouTube spells out in their terms of service and guidelines what they will or won't allow. It's Our Abundant Life. Thank you so much for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that literally a million times, and it's absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And I am going to put that channel up on the screen right after Rock Chick Beauty because she also dropped a super chat. We put those channels up right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. And then, yeah, it's a different. I didn't change shirts today. I was doing something else earlier, and I think I forgot to have my Tuber Chat shirts where I am. Rock Chick Beauty's up on the screen right now from the UK. This has been a dear friend of over 3 years. She actually reset and restarted her channel once long ago, but she often dresses it up with a new banner, a new avatar frequently, usually for special occasions or seasons and things like that. Presentation's always been at the forefront of her mind. You can see that in her professional looking thumbnails with bright bold headshots to make herself recognizable as well. I see she's got a brand new video, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. She tells us that she brings us all things alternative, but this particular creator actually does a lot of beauty. She does a lot of subscription boxes, product reviews, and now sponsored videos as well. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's here with us almost every single day, and she's now got shorts, one of which has gotten into 2,800 views and beyond. She's got a couple over 1,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something that is occasional for this creator, usually every month or twice a month. She's been known to be seen on many other channels in StreamYard panels. I've actually joined her several times on other channels, and hopefully we'll see some more live streaming coming from her. Pardon me just for 1 second. We'll be right back. When we look at Rock Chick Beauty, we see she's closing in on 1,200 subscribers as well, so hopefully we can push her a little bit closer. And then, yeah, we're starting to get into the idea about, I don't want to recommend to anybody anything financial, but it's not the worst idea in the world to at least ask around and start to explore the idea of an accountant when it's time. In 99% of cases, for those of us on YouTube, it's probably not necessary and costs more than it saves. But I happen to be self-employed. So for self-employed people or anybody running a sole proprietorship or a corporation of any kind or nonprofits and things like that, my recommendation would be to at least speak to a tax professional, a friend if you can, so that you can decide whether it might be something worth exploring as an idea, because it can start to get really tricky when you have to deal with the treaties between the different countries, the different taxes that are going to come off from both your own country, possibly others, the correct rates, exchanges, and all that other stuff. not to mention expenses, right? In some cases, it might be said that if you're spending money for the purpose of trying to make money, then you have the ability to do things called write-offs. I think write-offs are misunderstood. I'm not an authority, so it's not probably advisable for somebody like me to give financial advice. But I think that talking to somebody who is an authority would be helpful so that you can start to understand, is it possible if you go out and buy a bunch of keyboards and then unbox one of them on YouTube and make a video about it for the purpose of hopefully either promoting your eBay or wherever you're going to sell these things, or just the YouTube video itself for the purpose of getting some ad money and things like that. There's rules about all this, but it's very possible that you might be able to write that off. And I think write-offs are misunderstood. Like I said, it doesn't, you buy something for $100 and write it off doesn't mean you don't have to pay $100 in taxes. It's nothing like that at all. Very much different than that, but you can benefit a little bit by using that kind of a structure, if that makes sense. So let's talk about It's Our Abundant Life. This is somebody who happened to drop a super chat. Thank you, Rock Chick Beauty, by the way. Thank you, It's Our Abundant Life. They've done that countless times. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Now, I've talked about this channel coming to us from the homesteading community of channels. I don't know if that's quite an accurate description, because they are bringing us a lot of indoor and outdoor content similar to a lot of our homesteading friends, but not necessarily a homesteading channel. So they give you an idea of what to expect, but they're a Christ-following, faith-filled, fun-loving family hoping to bring joy and laughter into our days as they share their everyday life with us, homesteading wholeheartedly, working diligently, playing passionately, serving faithfully, and loving relentlessly. And they talk about family on the channel. There are a lot of healthy ideas here, which will fit in with some of our friends like Keto Mama Michelle and Just Jason Keto and more who are here, as well as outdoor ideas and adventures. And they've got some shorts here as well, so we'll see what they've got going on with these. Getting into 4,000 views, even 5,000 and beyond, went over 7,000. Which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're working on 2,300 subscribers right now. They got something going on. I got to follow up with them, actually, because they've had a real influx in subscriber numbers lately. And we're exploring the idea of what might be driving that as well. Let's look at their husband's channel, JR Excavating and Sons. And we see a construction company, and forgive me if I'm not describing that accurately, but they bring us their work on their channel. Pardon me just for a second. And when we look at JR Excavating and Sons, we see a lot of heavy equipment and really heavy work, to be honest. They do lots of asphalt, lots of concrete, lots of really advanced topics, actually. I do a small amount of this type of work, but much smaller and lighter jobs than what they're doing. They talk about site work, grading, paving, utilities. They're really getting involved in some serious stuff here. Now, one of the things that I describe with this channel, most of us probably know what it's like to be caught in traffic, whether you drive or not. We've all been in situations where we're driving by somewhere or feel possibly inconvenienced because construction crews are taking up highways or parking lots and all kinds of stuff. But if you have a moment to see the work that's being done, some of it can be really interesting, right? There's some, channels now dedicated to this. This is how I got my start on YouTube, by filming our work. So JR Excavating and Sons hits home for me because they're doing much more elaborate work than I would be doing. But you can really learn a lot by seeing how some of this stuff is done and getting an idea of why some of this construction work takes a crew and the equipment of the size that it does, right? When we get into shorts, there's something interesting happening here, because this creator's gotten into 5,000 views and beyond with a lot of their shorts videos. One of them over 52,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. 673 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 700 that they're thinking about. Now, I already spun the wheel, so Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny is coming up. But thank you again, It's Our Abundant Life, for the super chat again. They've done that, like I said, countless times, as has their husband, JR Excavating and Sons. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And we always put super chatters on the screen right away. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. So Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny is at 525 subscribers. This is a channel we're still getting to know as well. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Language change and tie into their website. Yeah, it's I'll have to follow up with them again. We had an Instagram conversation the other day, and they were letting me know they actually set up a new website. I gotta have a look at all this if I'm understanding right, and that might have helped. And then that's possible, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. The idea of write-offs comes down to if you're buying something that's used for the purpose of making money in the business that you're talking about. So it may or may not apply to just individuals running a YouTube channel that are not otherwise self-employed. But this is why I say it's best to talk to a tax professional, because not everybody can just write off everything. There's other things too. Your super chats and memberships and things, that's something that might be possible. Not to mention gifts or other merchandise and stuff like that. That can be a source of income, but it can also be something to be considered. Davis314 family, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I know I dance around a lot of the things that I say, and I often will not complete a thought or a sentence and stuff like that, just because I kind of want to get away from the topic. If I'm not an authority, I don't want to give advice. I never want to sound like that. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, their business, their life, or anything else. Even if I sound like it, that's not exactly the intention. The idea is for us to share information. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. We just want to share so that we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos and our businesses and things like that, myself included. So Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny, let's have a look at what they've got on their channel. They got my favorite breakfast cereal in their shorts here. I haven't had it in a long time. They've got 1 million flavors of this now. Even in Canada, we always get the flavors after our friends in the States. We only get about 10% of them, but they've got, I think I saw gingerbread toast crunch today for the Christmas season. Shorts on this channel have gotten into several hundred views, so that will likely continue as they post more and more. Videos, they're posting seems to be frequently, and maybe what I'm going to do is take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list so I can catch up with them a little bit, get another piece of content watch, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them and pushing them towards the 600 subscribers that they're thinking about. So we'll spin the wheel, we'll get another channel up onto the screen. So that makes sense, all that fluff and stuff. Yeah, so it's one of the things that we talk about sometimes is the idea of shorts, videos, live streams, what should we do, how many of them. You can almost think about the idea of your channel having several different audiences, right? The people who enjoy shorts videos may or may not enjoy long form videos. The people who enjoy live streams may or may not enjoy watching regular videos, and the people who watch videos may or may not care about live streams, right? But one thing that I can say is for sure on at least every channel that I touch, videos drive the channel. Shorts have the potential to get a lot of views in a short amount of time. Most of them, 99% or more of shorts videos, stop after an initial pump or two of views. They can drive a few subscribers, right? Which is why we like them, and they're beneficial. Live streams, can bring in an audience and watch hours all at once. So if you stream for an hour and you got 20 people watching the whole time, that's 20 hours of watch time, right? That's very helpful. You can see the benefit there. But in my experience, most live streams do not get a ton of replays. It is rare for anybody to do a live stream and have that stream get into tens of thousands of views after it's published. However, videos have the ability to do all of those things. So you can put out a premiere, get a lot of viewers and watch time while it starts, but a video has the chance to grow and grow and grow. And if you make evergreen content, which means something that is not time sensitive, it can go on almost forever. My best performing video for myself is of a tablet that happened to be a gift. Kristen bought me a tablet a few years ago. That tablet now is outdated, so the number of views has really slowed down. But it did get into tens of thousands of views, more than any short, more than any live stream. And live streams, I've never had any that have gotten an abundant number of replays. The biggest I got was a stream that cut off after 8 minutes. That stream got about, I think it was 5,000 views, and that's it. It just stops, right? Not always, and I'm not even saying I'm right. I'm just sharing my experience, so we got to think about that. But YouTube now has given us tools so that we can directly link our shorts into our long-form content. So if you wanted to do a review, right? If you had a mug from Lighthouse and Anchor Designs, like I have in my hand right now, that Corinne's Life made for me, then you could do a review of that video, but you could also feature it in live streams and things like that. You could premiere it. You could also make a shorts video of it. The idea of making a shorts video, you can plan it while you're streaming or while you're making the video, or you could do it separately. You could say, hey guys, I just got this brand new Tuber Chat mug from Lighthouse and Anchor Designs, made by Corinne's Life, and watch my video and see how it's made and how you can get one for yourself, right? And you can make that a shorts video. Not saying it's a good idea, you just could. And what could happen is that shorts will move. YouTube now gives us a chance to link to a video in the description so that they can say, oh, do you want to see what this shorts video is about? Click here. And you can link many shorts to the same long form video. So I'll give you an example. I did a video and a live stream, as a matter of fact, while I was filming it, of the fireworks in Niagara Falls, where I live. And I did that at I think the beginning of the summer. I also chopped it into 5 shorts videos. All 5 of those shorts videos now link back to the original video. None of them get a lot of views or replays now, but it was an idea that somebody could do to get a little bit of a boost from everything. JR Excavating and Sons, thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. We just looked at that channel. That's the husband of It's Our Abundant Life, and they're never too far behind each other, so thank you for that. And then Mike and Rihanna's Adventures gets tons of people to watch their replays, which is great. I haven't seen any live streams myself on any channels that get into tens of thousands of views. That's not to say that you have to have tens of thousands, but when we think about the benefits that come from, let's say, ad money and things like that, when you get into AdSense, people will be aiming for, it's the tens of thousands that start to bring in abundant amounts of revenue, if that makes sense. Junkyard Gamer, good to see you in the house. Yes, most of you know if I show up in your channels, I often use Word Up as my introduction, and Junkyard Gamer will often say word left or word right, depending on the temperature that day. And then Corinne's Life is up on the screen right now. This is a channel that really does encompass everything that is Corinne's Life. And she's now working on 2,200 subscribers. This creator can be indoors, they can be outdoors. They do a lot of haul videos or product reviews. They could take us out on a vacation or a look around or a story to be told. They do a lot of live streaming, and they get involved in a lot of StreamYard panels, both on their own channel and other people's channels. I've joined them many times. And Corinne's Life as well has got some shorts. One of their shorts is actually moving. So while I was just talking about the idea that shorts often get a couple of pumps of views and then they stop, once in a while we see one that keeps moving. And this particular one from Corinne's Life, now at 13,000 views, is still going. So that can happen. Don't forget, you can go back into every video that you've got, whether it's a short video or a live stream, change the title, change the thumbnail, change the tags, so that you can change the description and everything, so that you can get a chance of having it grow a little bit more, if that makes sense. And then, thank you, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. And then when we look at Corinne's Life, we also see that this creator, like I said, runs a company called Lighthouse and Anchor Designs, where they produce merchandise like mugs, like the one I hold in my hand every day, as well as shirts and hats and Christmas ornaments and vinyl stickers and mouse pads and keychains and just about anything that can be printed. So it's interesting that she gives us a chance to see how the merchandise is made behind the scenes, but we can also use this creator as a resource when it's time to think about merchandise for our own channels and videos. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne's Life. She's here as a member and a moderator. She's been a dear friend of 3 years, and I hope everybody will connect with her. So let's take a break one more time for 3.5 minutes. We're going to come back with Canadian Family Life. I'm going to get... Oh, pardon me. Kaiser Gaming YT is Chris's Clever Craft onto the wheel, and I'm going to make sure that Gaming Experience with Kelly gets put back on. I had run the wheel and the section came up that said clear the wheel, so I took all the names off and reloaded with whoever was in the chat at the time. So I'll get Gaming Experience with Kelly, which is Kelly Bullock from the Bullock Experience, to take over from Canadian Family Life's position on the wheel. And then I think we're ready to go on our break, and we'll come back with Canadian Family Life. right, we're back, and we're going to look at Canadian Family Life's channel right now. Actually, their husband just changed their channel name as well, so we'll have a look at that after also. Katie's Kitchen is in the house. I've got them on the wheel, and you'll notice I just dropped a link. Doof Doof Paranormal, who's an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, has got a, I think it's a, is it a premiere? Or a live stream coming up. Premiere in 18 minutes. So I think we're going to end up overtime here, but we'll try to raid into that. If it's too long, I'll have a look. Rambling with the Brooms happens to be on right now, but we'll see what we can do. Now, Canadian Family Life is here with over 2,000 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 2,100 they're thinking about. They're growing rapidly because Tiffany's incredibly supportive to other creators. That's the creator behind this channel. They come to us from New Brunswick. And Canadian Family Life Canadian Family Life has got a couple new videos. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit and make sure that I don't fall too far behind. They've posted a few new videos, as a matter of fact, and then they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They post pure variety, a lot of grocery haul videos, cooking videos, and then other types of ideas around the house, container gardening, and then they had a couple of special videos for Halloween there. When we get into shorts videos, we see that some of these have gotten 2,400 and 2,500 views and beyond, and then live streams are occasional, but they've got one coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact, at 7 o'clock. So that's going to be a little bit after Tuber Chat ends. Tuber Chat will be on at 3 p.m. Eastern. We expect to end around 6, but we know that Canadian Family Life will be on at 7. That'll give us a chance to catch that as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tiffany. And I'm just going to have a look at their links here. Now, let me see if I can, for the life of me, remember the name of her husband's channel now. Here it is, Chris's Creation Fun. So he just changed the name of the channel. And this is Tiffany's husband. Now, he started with 3D printing, but he renamed the channel because he wants to expand the content into different types of things. So we'll see what this creator's got coming up by keeping our notification bell on for every channel, of course. So they've got a lot of 3D printing on there right now, both in videos and in shorts. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to keep caught up with them, and we'd love to push them towards the first 100 subscribers. We know that the first 100 is more challenging than ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. Add a name has just come up, and what that means is I've got to add a name to the wheel from our chat list. So I'll do that in a quick second here based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation today. And I've got to pick a name that's still with us in the chat. I'm not sure if Grammy's Journal is here. They were here for a long time. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are also from Canada. They're from Medicine Hat, Alberta. They've got a couple of channels for us to look at. This is a couples channel. They bring us a lot of travel as well as family adventure. They could be indoors, they could be outdoors, giving us a chance to get to know them, or taking us out on a adventure of some sort, and they bring us shorts videos that have gotten into 2,300, 2,400 views, one over 3,000. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they stream frequently. They've got a couple of series now. Sunday Fun is one that they've got going on every Sunday. And that's been going on for a long time. And then Across the Waves is something now that they're collaborating with a few other creators with as well, that is happening on Wednesday nights. They've got a lot of travel here because Mike has become a travel agent and shares information with us. He's also got a couple of playlists that they've made so that we can keep up with the Booze Cruise group that have been out recently as well, bringing us videos and live streams, which is a cool way to keep up with them. When we look at Rihanna's life adventures, we see a second channel from these creators where we get to know Rihanna a little bit better. They've got some shorts on the channel already, getting into hundreds of views, almost 1,000. When we get into videos, we'll see if they're going to post some new content shortly, but it's pure variety over there. And then they're simulcasting the Across the Waves series of live streams from their original channel, and it's great to have them both on screen there. So let's spin the wheel. We got another channel coming in. And then Jonathan Sturgill, yeah, what I've done now is made the stream unlisted. So what that does is it really slows down how many people are going to come in, because we've already been on for almost 3 hours. We're going to go overtime here by a few minutes, but I got to keep it to a minimum. My voice, everybody can hear, has had as much as it can take for today. So we'll move on. I got to get a name onto the wheel from our chat list, though. Let me see who's still in the house. We'll get Junkyard Gamer onto the wheel. And we'll spin again right away. Now, Scratch and Pete PA is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. He was in the pole position on the wheel. Now, Day One Adventures will be up next. And then Scratch and Pete PA is working on 1,800 subscribers. Now, this creator brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So what he does is picks 2 lottery tickets to pit against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Presentation has always been at the forefront of his mind. You see his bright, beautiful avatars matched by his thumbnails, which give us a hint as to the giveaways that happen during his video series. And then as well, his video, his banner is updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production. And he posts with perfect consistency. So he's on every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern with a premiere that can run anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, a little bit longer sometimes, depending on the intro, depending on the giveaways. But what you're going to find there is one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than Tuber Chat, faster than many others, faster than almost any other. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, VS Speaks Royally, Garden State Gardener, and a few others. So it makes it very fast-paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. He's recently expanded his content into some shorts videos, and I can see now I'm really falling behind here. He's got some Italian lottery tickets from Italy, where he took his vacation. What a sharply dressed creator we've got there. And then he did a live stream as well, which was his first ever. And I hope we're going to see more from Scratch and PPA. He is, like I said, known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family because of the support that he gives to others, not to mention the fact that he supports everything I do on every channel that I touch, and is here with us in Tuber Chat for every single stream. Literally from beginning to end, we can count on less than one hand how many times he's missed Tuber Chat over the last 600 episodes. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. I describe him as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family because I think anybody would agree. We certainly wouldn't be able to do what we're doing if it wasn't for Scratch and PPA and his help. So, Day One Adventures is next up. We'll see what he's got going on. With 1,200 subscribers, this creator is going to bring us events, travel, movies, food. They like to bring us a lot of travel videos, but they will take us around their area as well. We see some beautiful fall colors in that thumbnail. I'm just, pardon me, getting them into my catch-up list so that I can stay caught up with them and make sure that I don't fall behind. They've posted quite a few videos here. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,400, 3,100, even 4,700 views and beyond. So hopefully they'll continue to post, and these will grow more and more as they do. When we get into Day One Adventures, you get more information on their About page, and they'll let us know exactly what we can expect. And hopefully everybody will help push them towards the 1,300 subscribers that they're thinking about. Oh, and then let's spin the wheel. We get another channel up onto the screen right now. Junkyard Gamer is coming up, and this is somebody who's out there supporting others all the time. I try to be out as often as I can every day if it's possible, to be bouncing in between premieres and live streams, supporting other creators, and I find Junkyard Gamer out there all the time, always keeping up conversation with people as well, and like I said earlier in the stream, it's the friendships that are made over a person's YouTube journey. That's the number one thing people tell me that they enjoy. So when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten into now a couple hundred views, which is great to see. Hopefully that continues as they post more and more. I'm sure it will. 552 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. I see they've got a brand new video from yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then they do some live streams as well. So we'll see what they've got going on here. They mix up some more gameplay, and it's always good to see variety like this. They even did a Halloween special, which is really cool to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Junkyard Gamer. They've been a long-time friend, probably at least a year, I'm thinking. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Black Guns and Gardens is coming up. They're going to help us with prep and self-defense. And a lot of our homesteading friends get into a lot of the prepping type of ideas that we see from Black Guns and Gardens as well. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I'm going to drop a link right now where we're going to go over and raid into Doof Doof Paranormal's premiere. We're probably going to be late and overtime here, but we'd love to raid in there if we can. And anybody can hop over anytime. It's a premiere, so the chat's already running. There's already people in there. Black Guns and Gardens was working on 1,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I look at their About page, and they give us an idea that they want to bring self-sufficiency through gardening, preparedness, and self-defense. They do that through videos and shorts. I'm going to grab the latest video, put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that some of these have gotten into 1,300 views, 1,400 views. Lots of product reviews here and demonstrations, which is really cool to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Black Guns and Gardens. They're out there supporting other creators. They're here with us in Tuber Chat frequently. Next up is going to be Kelly Bullock from the Bullock Experience, a gaming experience with Kelly. And we're going to see what they've got going on both of their channels. So Bullock Experience is fishing. We're going to look at that in a moment. But they brought us a gaming channel a while ago, and they're now at 42 subscribers. We'd love to see them move a little bit farther towards their first 100. We'll get into the shorts that are front and center here. We see a little bit of variety coming in, and then when we get into videos, we see that they're mixing up some gameplay between a lot of popular titles. As well, they get into live streams. They do the same thing by mixing up the different video games that we get to play with them. And then when we look at the Bullock Experience, we see another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us for what I believe now might even be 2 years. It's got to be a year and a half. 1,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 1,300 they're thinking about. It's fishing first on this channel, and they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to look at their shorts videos, and we see that these have gotten into 2,800, even 3,200 views. We see more variety there. Lots of creators bring variety into their shorts regardless of their niche, and lots of fishing on this channel. I'm hoping to start catching their Wednesday series as my work weeks start to slow down, especially after tonight. We're changing our clocks tonight, right, in a few hours, and I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, but we're setting our clocks back an hour at 2 a.m. so we get an extra hour of sleep, as a matter of fact. But that means that when I go back outdoors to work this week, my days will be an hour shorter instantly than they were on Thursday. So Katie's Kitchen is coming up right now. This is a channel that is bringing us more grocery hauls and cooking videos. 317 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,400 that they're thinking about. They give us an idea, some canning, some gaming videos as well. when we look at what they've got. There's a good start to a lot of videos here. When we get into shorts, we see that these have gotten a little bit of activity, getting into 1,600 views, but a couple of them have really popped at 6,600 and even 8,300 and beyond. And then live streams are something that they might bring back. They were doing these up to a month ago. We'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got our notification bells on. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, Chris is Chenkar Gamer did that 6 hours ago. Yes. Chris is Clever Craft, 584 subscribers right now. They've actually got 2 channels. So they came in as Kaiser Gaming YT earlier, where they bring us video gameplay. We'll look at that in a few moments. Chris is somebody who brings fun everywhere he goes. He's been a dear friend, somebody who supports all of my channels. He happens to be a moderator over on our music channel as well. So all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat can be used as copyright-free music for your videos and your live streams, and we've got a separate channel for that. You can find it on our front page. Chris's Clever Craft has got shorts here that bring a lot of variety, especially with his very interesting property that we see featured in his videos as well. One of these videos has hit 10,000 views, which is great to see. When we get into live streams, we see that he's only experimented with that a little bit, but he does really well with series of videos, and there's a lot of product reviews, a lot of do-it-yourself on his channel, and stories to be told. We get a chance to get to know Chris's Clever Craft. When we get to Kaiser Gaming YT, we see somebody who's really aggressively putting out videos, several a day. I'm just going to grab the latest video that you've got here. I'll grab the second latest one because it's a bit longer for the watch minutes. I'll put that in my catch-up list. We see a bit of variety in the video games that are played here. We get some shorts videos. And this is a great addition to a gaming channel. I've heard that shorts can do really well when it comes to gaming if the channel's got long form content on it as well, particularly gaming channels, right? So we'll see. 4,100, 4,700, 5,600 views and beyond, and a couple of live streams. So hopefully those will continue. And Kaiser Gaming YT, again, is Chris's Clever Craft. He's been a friend literally for 3 years now, and like I said, supports every channel that I touch. So Chris's Creation Fun is coming up next, and we'll see what this creator's got going on. Oh, actually, Chris's Creation Fun we looked at earlier, because that's Canadian Family Life's husband. They're in New Brunswick, and they bring us a husband and wife combo. We're always happy to show those channels together. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Jonathan Sturgill is coming up right now. This creator recently renamed their channel. They do a lot of music and gear reviews. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here, put this in my catch-up list. They just put that out the other day. And then they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. There are over 5,000 subscribers already, which is great to see. And I'm just dropping a link for everybody again for Doof Doof Paranormal. That premieres ready to go, ready to start in a couple minutes. We're going to look at shorts on this channel, and we take a big interest in shorts now because most creators, the majority of creators in the Tuber Chat family are creating them. We see that these are getting into hundreds of views, which is great to see, and one of them over 1,500, which is wonderful. So hopefully that will continue as they post more and more. I'm just going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Just Jason Keto and More has found out what it's like to be next to last for today. Save the best for last, right? Between these channels. Just Jason Keto and More has been here for the whole stream. I'm not sure if he's... Yeah, there he is. He's still in the chat. Not dead last this time. Can't remember for the life of me if Just Jason Keto's ever been the very last channel that we've looked at. But he has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Another fellow Canadian, as a matter of fact. He's working on 1,200 subscribers right now. He says there's no limit. There is no finish line to the journey of health. So that's a new banner. He updates these frequently. He's got healthy eating and healthy living on the forefront of his mind. He wants to motivate and inspire us with that as well, especially when it comes to the idea of keto based diets or lifestyles. Now, he's got a lot of friends on the channel, particularly bringing us interviews. They could be in videos or live streams where other people will share their life experiences, and he's got a vibrant community that is very active in his chats for premieres and live streams as well. Lots of information that everybody shares together to motivate and inspire each other. And Jason will often say he just wants to get as much information out there as possible. Lots of recipes on the channel, lots of product reviews. We can start to make sense of some of the ingredients and some of the things that are marketed as keto friendly, whether it's just chocolate and peanut butter or some of the other things we see in some of the stores. But he's going to show us how to make things like meals and snacks from the comfort of our home. And when we do pick up some of those products from the stores, he helps us get more value out of some of those things with what I like to keep saying are kitchen hacks from this creator. Now, he's also got a lot of healthy looking shorts that have done really well, getting into thousands of views, 5,000, 6,000, and one breakout shorts, which I've seen over 22,000 views. Live streams are frequent. He's got a series coming up. I forget, Just Jason Keto actually was looking for you on Thursday night. You must have told me that you were not going to stream on Thursday. I forgot the other day. But hopefully I'll catch you again this Thursday. He streams every single week, and he may or may not have a guest on with him. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get the last channel up for today. This is going to be Henry Nelson. I think actually we should remind everybody, if you want to swap playlists, just please say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. And pardon me, we're looking for channels. Henry Nelson's a popular name, so it's not coming up first for me yet. Your search results might be different than mine, but we find the channel fairly easy. Oh, and then thank you, Just Chasing Keto and More. Yes, is expecting to be back next week. Okay, I would have put another name on the wheel, but I'm not sure if we've got anybody still in the chat that hasn't been on. Henry Nelson is 230 subscribers. They've got shorts front and center on their channel, so we'll see what they're doing here. They tell us they're no professional, but they do live on a farm. So they bring us a lot of wildlife videos, and they're doing a few other things here with 3,000 views, 5,000 views, almost 6,000. And then videos, they're posting a lot of short wildlife, wildlife cam videos. What do you call these cameras again? I can't remember for the life of me. Trail cams, and then hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. We'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers that they're thinking about, where we see that they're posting frequently as well. So Henry Nelson, thank you again. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment that everybody's here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We expect to be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much to our moderators, Scratch and PPA, and all of our mods. I really do appreciate all the extra help. I know we go overtime. I try to keep it to a minimum. Let's go over and see Doof Doof Paranormal right now. They're a dear friend and somebody who's a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter to Superchat. Please say Superchat Raid when you get over there and let them know you're coming from here. We'll likely meet some new friends while we're there. And I'll leave this running for 3 more minutes so that we can clean up our connections here. And I'll see you over in Doof Doof Paranormal's premiere. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.